Hello, friends. Happy Sunday. It's time for our tarot meetup. Thank you, everyone, for being here. For those of you who are watching an archive, we appreciate you as well. I am Christiana Gaudet. I am live on my YouTube channel, and I am your tarot fairy godmother. We will be here for 1 hour, during which time we will be doing some readings in the first half hour and doing some tarot learning in the second half hour. So I welcome all of you here. Let me say hi to some of the people who are already here. We have some of our channel members here, and we absolutely appreciate all of you, subscribers, members, and even those just checking us out for the first time. We do hope that you subscribe and consider becoming a member of our channel. Smile Soul 20, Melanie, let's see, Dave, Jackie, Irene, Mystics Haven, Luna Song, Clumsy Clairvoyance, Laura, so happy to see all of you. Those of you who are station members, you've got a little toy you can play with. If you look at the emojis, you can see that we have 4 custom emojis. One that you can use to say hi, one that you can use to offer agreement to something someone's saying, one you can use to ask for help if you have a question, and one which is a light bulb that you can use when you have a great idea. And so many of you do indeed have great ideas. So as we often start out, I would like you to let us know, for those of you who are here with us live, where in the world you are, what deck you're using. Those are the 2 things I would love to know. Where in the world are you and what deck are you using? And if you are a channel member and want to use the hey emoji, when you do that, go ahead. No rule that says you have to, but you can, and it would be fun. So go ahead if you would like to do that. All right, let us know where in the world you are and what deck you're working with. I am in Palm City, Florida, and I have been working with Spiral Tarot recently. And I recognize, I don't love the artwork of this deck. Why do I work with this deck? I work with this deck because I have worked with it for a long time, so I'm really familiar with it. And because I love how it fits in my hand. It's an unusual size. Like if this is a standard tarot card size, this is the size and shape of Spiral Tarot. And I have come to believe that that is the primary reason. Its size and shape fits in my hands, and it's not like so small, it's like a miniature deck. So it's big enough to kind of to look good on the table. But I think that's my whole reason for using this deck right now. What's your reason for using the deck you're using? I would love to know. So let's see, what have we got going on here? Let's see, lots of people doing as requested. We've got Mark in Toronto using Efflorescent Tarot. We've got Kim in Port Richey, Florida, using Seventh Sphere. We've got Jean in East Hampton. Nanatuck Land, is that your land acknowledgement, or is that in fact the name of the deck you're using? I'm not sure. Melanie is camping. So nice, you're getting back to nature as you should be. So just auditing today, that's fine. Clumsy Clairvoyance in the high desert of California using the Star Spinner Tarot. That's one I am not familiar with. Irene is in Minnesota with Chakra Wisdom Tarot. Jonathan is in Chicago working with the Thoth Tarot by Crowley. Let's see, Laura is in Kona, Hawaii using the Pagan Cats Mini. Very good. Samantha is in Sarasota, Florida using Tarot of the Moon. Luna Song is in Port St. Lucie using the Rider-Waite Smith. Can't go wrong with that. Now, do we know each other in person? Have you come to our in-person tarot meetings, Luna Song? Have we met? Do I know you? If not, will we meet? I'm thinking about opening up our in-person meetings probably in July, starting in July. So hope to see you there as well. Jackie is in London using Light Seers. Great deck. Tammy is in Venice, Florida, working with Smith and Wesson. Is that really a deck, or are you being funny? I'm not sure. Dave, letting me know that intuitive tarot is that shape as well and probably the same size. Good to know. Hey, Robin Renee, nice to see you. Pedaline is in San Fran, not the Bay. 5 cent tarot, very good. Santiago in El Salvador using the Rider-Waite. Jean, thank you for your land acknowledgement. We appreciate that. Okay, Dave is in Deerfield Beach using the Rider-Waite Smith. Okay. Joanne needs a deck. Robin Renee likes decks with vibrant colors and wants the Rainbow Heart deck. Okay, very good. So let's get going with the first part of our program. We will welcome people as they come in. Let's get going. Here's what we're going to do. We spend the first half hour of our time together doing readings for one another. If you do not have a deck with you, that's perfectly okay. You're still allowed to ask a question and listen and participate. If you have your deck, it's time to get shuffling. And we move pretty quickly here. If you don't want to do every reading, maybe every other, or just the ones you feel called to, that is perfectly okay. So what we're going to do is this. If you have a question that you want to ask our room full of tarot readers from all over the world, you go ahead and ask that question. I will answer it using one card, and I'll do it verbally. Anyone else who wants to do the reading, you're going to put the name of the person you're reading for, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation in the comments. So if you ask a question, make sure you listen not just to what I say, but you go through and you get the rest of your reading. We're doing a large reading, but each one of us is only contributing a single card. Okay. And let's see, Marianne is using Rider-Waite. Tammy is using the Smith-Waite. Claire is in Port Charlotte with the Rider-Smith-Waite. Okay, and here we come with the questions. The questions are starting. Very good. I will take them in the order in which I see them. And we're starting with Roseanne Diana. Wanted to ask about my teeth and how they turn out in the final outcome. Will you be happy with the final outcome? And I'm so sorry you're having to go through dental stuff. That is never fun. That is never easy. But let's take a look. Anyone else who would like to do this reading? At Roseanne Diana, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. What do I see? The Three of Swords reversed. If you're in pain right now, don't worry. You will immediately feel better. I honestly feel like this is going to go easier than you think. That doesn't mean it's easy. That doesn't mean it's fun. That doesn't mean you're happy to be in this situation. But it will solve the problems and it will be easier than you think. All right, very good. John is wondering if anyone has seen the Astrology Answers Tarot. That's not one I'm familiar with. If anyone has any comments about that, please go ahead and put them in. Okay, Mystics Haven. What do I need to know about getting a camper to live in? Okay, if you would like to do that reading at Mystics Haven, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Okay. Seven of Cups reversed. You need to know everything. There is so much here to learn about getting the camper, about where you're going to put the camper, about how you're going to like living in one. I've lived in one for many years. I don't right now, but I have before on a few occasions. I love it. But not everyone does. And so there's a lot of information you need. What you need to know right now is that you don't know enough at all. So do the research, figure it out, and go from there. Okay. Samantha, how do I get my tarot mojo back? All right, let's take a look and see. And if you'd like to do this reading, at Samantha79, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Star. I think it's important in the study of tarot. I think we get stuck in a place where we're really just using it for divination, asking the same questions over and over again, maybe not so much reading for other people, but reading for ourselves, and forgetting the magical aspects of tarot, forgetting the spiritual aspects of tarot, forgetting that when we study each and every card as a spiritual lesson, we learn those lessons simply in that study, and we are healed by those lessons. So I think it's about needing to expand. Okay, Santiago, I would like to know how are going to be my finances in the next months. If you would like to do this reading, at Santiago Espinoza, the name of the card you got, and your interpretation. The Empress, I feel like things are actually starting to improve. There will be some improvement here, especially over the next 3 months. Okay, lots of great readings going on here. Okay, Tammy, my focus is on getting a job here in Florida. Or, okay, should I get a job or put all my energy on my patent, which is something that she's invented? Where should she put her energy? Getting a job or on the patent? I'm not sure those things need to be mutually exclusive, quite frankly. So let's take a look. If you would like to do this reading at Tammy Quattrano, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The High Priestess, you can do both. Focus on doing what you have to do to move the patent forward, but also looking for a job, and look for a job that you can handle physically, that uses your skills. Okay, Marianne, I found an esthetician school I like. Will it be good for me? If you would like to do this reading, at Marianne D, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. And remember, if you've asked a question, make sure you read through and look at the comments to get your full reading. Here we go for Marianne. The Three of Wands, yes, I think very much so. Very much so, yes. Nalini, thank you so much. That's a really kind thing for you to say. I have my first hair appointment on Friday, and I'm really looking forward to it. First one since COVID. I'm keeping the length, but I'm going to get rid of some of the whatever. Keeping the length, keeping the color, well, whatever color it is. And gonna clean it up a little bit. So hopefully that'll feel good. I'm looking forward to that. All right. Okay, here we go. Sarah, joining a little late from Miami. So nice to see you. What do I need to know about getting yoga teacher trained? Not necessarily to switch careers, but become a yoga teacher. But will the pros outweigh the cons? What do we think? Should Sarah go through teacher training? If you would like to do this reading, at Sarah, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Six of Wands reversed. So here's the thing. I mean, never would I personally think that it's bad to become yoga teacher certified, but I feel like you've got a lot going on right now, and you should do it at a time where you have the time and energy to devote to it, and I'm not sure that's now. Okay, very good. Claire, bite your tongue. Never would I use my own scissors on my hair. That would never, ever happen. I would come online and you would see that I was bald, because just a little here and a little here and a little here and a goodbye hair. Oh, no, 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 no. All right. Robin Renee, when should I buy a new car? If you would like to do this reading, at Robin Renee Albritton, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. When should I buy a car? The Hermit reversed. So that's making me think, like, definitely between now and September-ish. Like, I don't think it's urgent, but I think it is something that could be coming up this year, and maybe even as quickly as September. Oh, Dave. When I was roaming with the Grateful Dead, I did not have a camper. I had a VW microbus. What are you thinking? No, the camper came when we moved to Florida. We moved from like literally a 13-room house in the Poconos to an 18-foot travel trailer in Loxahatchee, Florida. No lie. No lie. And lived in that trailer. Took that trailer down, bought it in Pennsylvania, took it down, traveled with it, and lived in it in Loxahatchee for like 3 years. So that's actually recent history. Mm. Okay, next question. Jean Mnuchin. At loose ends, wondering where to focus my energy, a bit all over the place. See what we got here. The King of Cups reversed. Honestly, whatever you need to do to help with the family stuff, be that your daughter's wedding, be that whatever's going on with your brother, I feel like you need to take care of the family stuff so that you can then focus on the art and the community stuff. That's correct, Dave. Yes, that's exactly right. Okay. Okay, here we go. Clumsy clairvoyance. I've been doing a lot of shadow work lately, both spiritually and during meditation, and I'm wondering if I will start to see more positivity in my journey with this. All right, if you'd like to do this reading, at Clumsy Clairvoyance, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Oh, baby cakes, you are so kind. Thank you so much. I am feeling pretty bright and happy. Yesterday was Beltane, 1st of May. That feels good. I know the pandemic isn't over, but I'm happy that we are able, some of us in some places, to be able to go places and do things again. I haven't done too much of that, but I'm looking forward to it. And I'm so happy to be with y'all. So yes, I am bright and happy today. Thank you so much. Okay, Clumsy Clairvoyance. Speaking of bright and happy, do we see some bright and happy for her in her journey of shadow work? At Clumsy Clairvoyance, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The High Priestess, man, it's all about the balance of light and dark, isn't it? That the more that you go deep and find the pain, the more room you make for joy. I got to tell you, someone told me that long before my journey with tarot had started, and I thought they were full of crap, but it's true. It is. Okay. Baby cakes, how should I proceed with this guy? So, if you would like to do this reading at Baby Cakes, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, how shall Baby Cakes proceed with this guy? Ooh, the Lovers reversed, cautiously. Cautiously. Okay, lots of great readings going on. Marian, nice to see you. Marianne, will I do a live minor arcana class? Okay, so in the archives here, there are live classes on each of the 4 suits. I could do one on the minors in general, do an hour there, absolutely. I've also done on Zoom. I've done at least one minor arcana class, and that is now available on Card and Craft Academy. All right. Luna Song, I'm looking at making money doing what I love. All seems to be coming together. Am I fooling myself again? Let's take a look. What do you think about Luna Song's entrepreneurial vision and venture? At Luna Song, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. Knight of Swords, King of Swords reversed. I don't think you're fooling yourself, but I think that A, you have to be careful what you're telling yourself, and B, you need to look at all the information. Sometimes you get anxious, and so you only look at the information in little pieces, and then you get anxious because you don't know everything you need to know. Marianne, when am I coming to Wesley Chapel to do readings? That will be June 11th through the 14th. Just reach out to me and I will totally book you. Looking forward to it. Okay. Lots of great readings. Hey, Julia, nice to see you. Oh my goodness, Mark. Some advice on how to get through very disruptive balcony restoration work this spring and summer. Man, don't you hate that? Like spring and summer is exactly when you look forward to your balcony. Gah, that is harsh. I hate that. All right, if you'd like to do this reading at Mark Astro Tarot, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation. Five of Swords, it's gonna be a battle. But I feel like what you have to do is enjoy the season the way you can. And if that means not having to do with the balcony, that means going someplace else and enjoying the season in another place, going out for a walk, do what you got to do. It's not going to be easy, but it will be over. And once it's over, it's over. Hey, Jill Watson, nice to see you. So here's a question. Asking about the upcoming elective surgery. All right, if you would like to do this reading at Jill Watson, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation, what do we see about upcoming elective surgery for Jill? Two of Wands, I think the results will be good. It'll take a minute to really see what the results are, so don't judge it until you get a few weeks out. Oh, Karen, man, not just the VW bus and the camper in Florida. Oh, my. There was also the Slant 6 Valiant that I was hitchhiking with a group of 6 friends. How do 6 people hitchhike together in groups? But this big van picked us all up, took us to their house where we could rest and take showers and eat and chill for a couple of days, sold us a car collectively for $400 so we didn't have to hitchhike for the rest of our time. When we got back to New Haven, which was our home base after that whole summer of rainbow gatherings and Grateful Dead and whatnot, 2 of our group lived in that car for a while. Yeah, so many stories. That's not what we're here for. We should maybe we'll do some lives about old hippie stories. I don't know, man. Anyway. Okay, let's see. I am just going through, seeing so many good readings going on here. Here's a question from Karen Maynard. Will I be able to balance as well as accomplish all I have intentions for? Okay, at Karen Maynard, the name of the card you get and your interpretation. The High Priestess is 100%. Yes. Oh my gosh. The High Priestess is about balance. The High Priestess is also about intuition. And I know that everything you want to do is about your spiritual path, which is the High Priestess. Do not doubt yourself, not even a tiny little bit. But you want to know how I really feel? Okay. Claire C. Why was saving a straw hat so important in my dream? What a fabulous question. I love this with all my heart. If you would like to do this reading, at Claire C., the name of the card you got and your interpretation, what is the meaning of saving the straw hat? The Devil. I think it has to do with fear. Remember that a straw hat is protective. So there's something that you're afraid of and something that you're trying to protect yourself or others from. Look at what you're afraid of. Okay, just going through and looking at all these great readings going on. Okay, Nalini. I have a question. I've been wanting to clear the air with a loved one. Should I? Would it be best or just let it go? Oh man, when to have those difficult conversations and when not to? That is such a great question. If you'd like to do this reading, at Nalini Kalu, the name of the cards you got and your interpretation. Should she try to have a conversation here? Or is she better to leave it well enough alone? Knight of Cups reversed. Do not try to have that conversation. It will only make things worse for everyone. Okay. Oh, fun. Marion K. Tarot is giving us an opportunity to promote StarCon. Remember, StarCon is our annual conference. It will be held January 21st through 23rd, 2022. Mark your calendar now. Tickets are not yet on sale, but they will be soon. It will be in person in Palm Beach Gardens, Florida, and online on Excel events. It is 3 days and 30 days. That means we meet for a 3-day conference, and then we have 30 days where we will be able to watch recordings of all the classes so you can see the ones you missed. And there will also be some live online events during those 30 days as well. Okay. And if you subscribe to the channel StarCast, STAARCAST, you can enjoy our podcast about StarCon. Okay. Marion K. Tarot, I've been toying with an idea for StarCon. Is it the right one? If you would like to do this reading at Marion K. Tarot, the name of the card you got and your interpretation, the star, I love it. Whatever it is, I love it, love it, love it. Hey, Joe Breaks the Internet. Oh, I see. You're doing a reading there. I was just happy to see you. I hadn't seen you yet. Glad you're here. Okay. But here's the question from Joe Breaks the Internet. See how psychic I am? I knew there was a question coming. How can I stop pushing away hope and good opportunities? I'm terrified of both. If you would like to do this reading, and I think a lot of us can identify with that if we're honest. Okay. At Joe Breaks the Internet, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Empress, recognize where this comes from. This has to do with family history. Either you were raised not to think that good things could happen to you or bad things happened in your childhood or something like that. It has to do with childhood and family culture. Figure out where it comes from and then you can fix it. Okay. Hey, Sayani, nice to see you. Card for the upcoming week regarding health. And Sayani, are you in India? I believe, if I remember correctly, you're dealing with the COVID right now personally, if I remember correctly. So we're going to, really keep you in our hearts and in our minds and in our spirit as we think about you. If you'd like to do this reading at Sayani Dasgupta, the name of the card that you got and your interpretation, what do we see for her for this coming week? Ace of Swords, man. You got to really work on the breathing. Be careful. Be careful. I feel like you might be feeling short of breath, and that can be an issue. Okay, here's a great one from the Pearl. What can I do to make my cats happier? If you would like to do this reading at the Pearl, the name of the card you got and your interpretation. The Hierophant. So there's a few things here. First of all, I wonder if the cats are getting enough attention from every member of the household. I also wonder if there is a vet thing, if there is some need to see a vet, if there's something going on health-wise. The other thing is about structure and routine. There is something about your daily routine that they would like to intervene with. So look at that. Okay. We're getting some love for the hippie stories. Very good. Very good. Okay, lots of great readings. So as we come to the half hour, we're going to switch into some tarot discussion. Now, I've had a couple of good ideas of what we can do here today, but the floor is open for your questions about tarot. Do you have questions about a deck, about a particular card, about a tarot reading technique, about a reading you did that you didn't understand? The floor is now open for your questions about tarot study. I am going through right now and just looking for any extraneous questions for readings. And thank you everyone for being here and for participating with the readings. Really appreciate it. Oh, Marion, the star is good for what you're thinking, huh? Very good. Okay. You're in India dealing with the virus, Sayani. Man, we are sending so much love to you. Okay. Hey, Clumsy Clairvoyance has just joined the channel. Thank you so much for your membership. This is probably a good time for me to do a membership commercial. This is a new feature on YouTube. If you like this channel and you like the content we're providing here, you can support it. Of course, you can support it by subscribing. You can support it by liking this video and by coming to our live events. And I really appreciate it when you do. If you would like some extra perks and if you have the ability to give some extra support, you can join. There are 3 levels of membership. Now, you may or may not be able to see that depending on what country you're in and what device you're on. But if you see a membership tab, check that out. If you see a join button, check that out. And everyone, you can see people are members because they have a little special sun next to their name. And members, if you go to the emojis, you have special emojis you can use as well. So I thank you all for your membership, and thank you so much, Clumsy Clairvoyance, for supporting this channel with your membership. Okay. Can we talk about creating questions for custom spreads? That's from Irene. Yes, indeed we can. So first of all, how many of you do custom spreads? Tag it custom spreads and tell us what you do. Now, the question here is specifically about creating the right question. And I will tell you that very often these days, when I create a custom spread, I try to keep the question pretty mutable. I believe that tarot questions in a spread can be fixed or mutable. A fixed question is like very much like, something very, very specific. Like if you look at my Celtic cross, the first position is, who are you at this moment? That's actually fairly mutable because it could talk about you or a concern or what's going on. But if it's the position of recent past, that's pretty fixed. It's something that happened or concerned you in the recent past. Bang. So when we think about designing a custom spread, you want to think about whether the position is going to be fixed or mutable. And I like to keep it fairly mutable. So I will often say, let the first card give me information about this, whatever this is. And so then it can be about my feelings about it, what's happening with it, what I need to know about it. It's more mutable. Tell me how you do it. Okay. Lots of great readings going on. I'm just going through and do you want to do the super chats? I have not enabled the super chats yet because I wasn't sure if people would want them. If you want the super chats, I've got one vote for super chats. So I will now look into it. I wasn't sure that folks would want that, but if you do, I can look at making it happen. Okay, Karen, here's a question. I have a question. What if you are very clear to your client about what you saw in the cards and they say, well, I don't understand? I would love to hear that. Tag it, don't understand. What I would say is, and at this point, you're probably thinking that maybe the elevator isn't going all the way to the top here, right? So what I would say is, can you help me understand which point you don't understand? And at that point, I will lay out every single point here. What we have discovered in this reading so far is that your current job seems to be stable. If you want a promotion, you're going to have to ask for it. If you want a new job, it may take 6 months to get it, whatever it is, bang, 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 bang. Lay it out. Which part of this do you not understand? And I have to be very careful because I'm Scorpio not to say that in a way that sounds just like it sounded. You don't want to sound that way. You want to say, please help me help you by helping me understand what you don't understand. Can you phrase a specific question about what you don't understand? And what it probably is they don't understand why you're saying it because they see things so very differently. And sometimes you're going to have to say that. You're going to have to say, the thing is, I think you have a whole vision about what's going on here that is very, very different from the way it is showing up in the cards. And so at this point, you have a choice. You can decide that I'm full of shit and that your vision is what's true. But if that were true, why are we talking? You seem to have questions about the way you see things, and I'm telling you that you need to have questions about the way you're seeing things. That would probably be the way it would go in a conversation with me. I'd love to hear from other people how you would handle that. And then Karen backs it up with, or you say one thing and they say, oh, thanks for telling me something. Right. Yeah, people see what they see. Okay, from Joe Breaks the Internet, we're back to custom spreads. I do a few, usually when a client just wants a general reading. I base them on seasons sometimes, like which one is coming in or going out. So you will do a custom spread, not so much for a particular situation necessarily, but just let's see what's going on and then base it on where the world is at in terms of seasons. That's beautiful. Okay, Karen, you do custom spreads. Yes, I know you do. Tell us a little bit about it. From Santiago, how to develop the intuition when reading cards and what to do when we go blank. Oh, this is a good one. Tag it intuition. And specifically about going blank, tag it going blank. And I'm going to work backwards. Going blank. This is a Mary Kay Greer trick, and it works wonders. If you go blank, first of all, do not panic. Do not panic. Just take a breath. That's me. Just take a breath. Say the name of the card aloud. Whatever card it is that's there that you're blanking out on, say the name of the card aloud. Just say the name of the card. I promise the rest will follow. It's like this magical thing. You say the name of the card and it just whoosh opens up. I swear to goodness, this will happen. Okay, that's number one. Number two, this is from me. If you are confused by the cards or drawing a blank by the cards, from the cards, don't panic and be willing to say that that's what's going on. To say, this is really confusing to me. Because 9 times out of 10, it's because the client is confused. If you're drawing a blank, 9 times out of 10, it's because, there's a reason for it. If you're reading for yourself or reading for your client, there's a reason for it. Now, developing intuition, meditate, breathe, work with the cards, learn the most you can about the cards, and allow the energy to flow in the reading. Sarah, I would like to know how everyone stores their tarot cards. Bags, boxes. I want to make sure my cards feel special instead of just keeping them in the paper box they came in. So I was always one who said you have to have a special pouch or a bag. And I'm usually on the go with my cards. So since I'm on the go with my cards, they have to be protected in my big gig bag. So it has to be either a pouch they can't fall out of or a box that's not going to spring open or whatever. So safety first for me. Now, as soon as deck producers started coming out with the tins and the boxes with the magnetic closure that, is really safe and good, I've started keeping some of my cards in their box, which up till now I would have said, don't ever do that. But I started back when every tarot box was one of those cardboard talk boxes. Times have changed. Okay, if you have something to say about that, tag it boxes. Although technically you could also tag it bags. Ha ha, seriously. Okay, from Clumsy Clairvoyance regarding custom spreads. I'm a shuffle and draw type of person. I have to admit I don't always use a spread, and that's fine. Absolutely. Okay. Irene, custom spread. Yes, I want the general energy from the first card. Oh, wow, we've got love for the super chats. Okay, friends, you've given me my homework. I will now go in, well, probably not today. Tomorrow, I will go in, I will figure out super chats, and I will turn that bad boy on. Thank you all so much. Tammy says, Christiana started with my family all the way back to 2004. That's, oh man, was it 2004? Is that when it was? I remember that Julia, who is now in her 20s, was 2 years old. That I remember. Yeah. Okay, from Joe regarding bags and boxes. I just keep them in the tuck box, but if you want to put them in something special, I'd suggest a small wooden box like the one you get at the craft store. You can decorate those boxes. Okay, the Pearl, what's the communication disconnect here? I am not sure. I don't know. I don't know the context in which you're saying that. Okay, Maren K. Tarot, custom spreads. I'll break the subject down into what, why, how, and where questions. I'll also try to create a flow. Very good. Client doesn't understand from Joe Breaks the Internet. Talk to them about what's confusing them and what they want. Maybe they have something underneath their question they didn't realize they wanted to ask. So true. Or they haven't told you. They haven't told you like some really important part of the story. Okay, from Mark on the custom spread. Dream analysis. Pick a card for each important piece of the dream and a summing up card. I love that. Yes. Irene regarding going blank. Look at the picture and describe it. Look at the cards before and after this card, or ask the client what he or she sees in the card. And if you're reading for yourself, I agree with that 100%. If you're reading for yourself, do the same thing. Ask yourself. And you know what? If you're reading for yourself, do the reading aloud. Speak it aloud or write it down, just like you were for a client. Seriously. From Joe regarding going blank. I'm less of an intuitive reader than many folks, so I'd say fall back on your book knowledge here. If you've got some, but you know what? Intuition will inform that because there's so much book knowledge. Intuition will say which aspect is more true. Dave, going blank, wouldn't that be a great time to draw a clarifying card? Absolutely, yes. From Joe, this could probably be an entire 5-year course, but how can you work on trusting your intuition if you've been taught all your entire life that you're too incompetent to? I know, man. I know this happens, but can we flip that on its head and say that this is one of the reasons that psychic development and tarot study is so healing for us? For those of us who were disempowered in our childhoods, and that's most of us. Raise your hands, man. That's most of us. For those of us who were disempowered in our childhoods, when we open up to our intuition, when we push past all of that murky sea of BS crap, we find our power and we heal. And that's one of the reasons it's so important that we do this. I am deadly serious on that. If you have more to say about that, tag it, disempowered child. Karen, if a client has certain questions and they don't care about the past, they don't want to hear about their own personality, yada, yada, I will create a custom spread involving those specific questions. Yes, absolutely. Absolutely. Marion, regarding going blank, when that happens, I look at the hands and direction of the characters in the cards. Oh, that's good. Can't remember where I learned that. Wherever you did, that's brilliant, and I love it. Okay, Joe Breaks the Internet regarding boxes, following up regarding craft boxes. Make sure the clasp is screwed down well. You want to make sure it won't open. I'd also keep them in the tuck box inside the nice fancy box. Absolutely. Marion likes a velvet pouch. I do too, as long as it's got a good drawstring or a snap. Yup, and Clumsy Clairvoyance likes those magnetic boxes. I do too. Regarding card storage, Dave, I embellished the box of my first and most significant deck. The next deck, I got a silk handkerchief and wrap it in that. I also bought a lovely tile box for it from Ross or TJ Maxx. You can find cool boxes in a lot of places. Claire, I love the wooden cigar boxes in which I drop fragrant essential oils. I buy them at a local smoke shop for $4. That's so great. Robin Renee, bags. I leave them in the boxes if they're pretty. I've sometimes seen cards get bent. Yeah. Yeah. Hey, Curacion Cameron. Loves the sturdy original boxes. Yup. Karen, boxes. I keep all the decks in their original boxes unless the boxes fall apart, and then I use velvet bags. And for very special decks, I use carved wooden boxes. Sarah, bags and boxes. Boxes sound like a safe and creative way to go. So then do you throw away the paper box they came in? Oh, God, no. No, 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 no. You store that box on a shelf because you may at some point want to retire that deck and put it back in its box. You may even want to sell that deck and you want its original box. And put the cards loose in the box or tin. That is a matter of personal choice. Okay. Hey, Pamela, nice to see you. Regarding going blank, another technique is to take a deep breath and see what symbols, elements, traits come to your eye and start interpreting that. Second technique, just start describing what you see on the card. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Here is a tarot question from the Pearl. What do you do if you feel the client is trying to challenge your reading skills? Yeah, that's a thing. And man, I wish I could say I've always been gracious about this, but I have not been. I try to be. I try to affirm that skepticism is smart because there's a lot of frauds out there. And I try not to be intimidated and recognize that my skill is without question. And so if they want to challenge it, freaking let them. That's what I try to tell myself internally, and that's what I try to tell them. I'm like, yeah, I understand your skepticism. Let's go. But sometimes they misunderstand what it is I claim I can do. No, I do not know what they had for breakfast, nor do I care. So there's that too, recognizing there may be a disconnect between what they think I'm claiming versus what I am. So tag that challenge if you have something to say. Karen, regarding going blank, I'm completely an intuitive reader, so even if I know all the regular meanings of the cards, I may go rogue. Dave acknowledges himself as one of the disempowered. Man, I think we're all there. Strength reversed, going back. Do you mean quiet? What I see here is quirt, be quirt. I don't think that's a thing. From Clumsy Clairvoyance, regarding this, you can't please everyone, and we're all bound to come around to someone who may not be a fan, and hey, that's okay. Having said that, I try not to harp on this too much, just flip him the bird. Okay, and Robin Renee reminds you to please like this video. That certainly does help me. Okay. Oh, there it is. Yep, strength reverse. Be quiet and go inside. Don't be afraid of the silence. Yes, yes, yes. Don't be afraid of the silence. Or ask what the client sees. That's good too. So we had a suggestion in our Global Tarot Circle Facebook group that we talk about the space in which we like to do readings. You can see mine. This is my office. It's actually in an office building. And this room is actually part of a 5-room office where I have a conference room and a nice break room and a kitchen and an admin room and storage and all other stuff. I even have my own bathroom. Yay. First time in my career. I've had many offices over my career. First time I've ever had my own bathroom, and got that in time for COVID. Hallelujah. So this is my favorite place to do readings, but if you invite me to your home for a house call or a party, your home will be my favorite place to do readings. Where's your favorite place to do readings? You let me know. Oh, very good. Sarah, using the agreed emoji. Yeah, glad you like that. That's fun. That's what's that called? That's my chibi? I got a gamer guy on Fiverr to design those emojis. He's like, we got to do a chibi you. I was like, okay, well, there's my chibi. All right. Agreed with disempowered. Yes. Karen, disempowered. Yes. But that was then, this is now, and I'm here now, and from now on. Hallelujah. Ah, Joe, could someone link me to that World Tarot Facebook? Yeah, so I can't drop the link right now. Maybe someone else could. Global Tarot Circle. Just look for Global Tarot Circle on Facebook. That is our Facebook group about this YouTube channel and what we do here. Okay. And quirts are uniting. We are quirts. Yay. I love it. Marion, challenge. I had it once. A woman tried to test me by hiding her wedding ring. Yeah, they do that a lot. Then sat with her arms folded. I ended up telling her to leave my table and to not waste my time. I've done that. I've done that. Robin Renee, I love to do readings on my bed. Yes. Yes. So apparently a chibi it's like a Japanese thing that they use in gaming. It's like a chibi animal. It's like it's a cute little figure of something, an animal or a person or whatever. So if I were a cute little animal, that's apparently what I would look like, I guess. I don't know. Okay, so we are in our last 9 minutes. Let me know, where else do you like doing readings? Tag it place. And any other sort of tarot questions or things that we need to look at here today. I do want to let you know we have the May schedule up here for YouTube. This is our first event here in May. We do have another meetup coming, and we do have 2 classes coming up. And one of them, I think it was Marianne, but I could be wrong. Someone had requested a minor arcana class. We're actually doing the aces, 2s, and 3s this month. Oh, I'm not sure what Super Chat is. But obviously there are people here who know, but it is another feature that I can turn on. It's a pay to play feature where you pay a certain amount and then we can chat in some particular way. So I will check that out. Okay, regarding reading location from Clumsy Clairvoyance. I love doing readings on my floor with my little portable table. Oh, do you get to sit on the floor with a little table? That's so cool. Right. The Pearl says it's a monetized option. So you can donate when you chat. And for those of you who are not able to join, not able to donate, please understand that every person here is a valued member of our community. I appreciate each and every one of you. I very much appreciate, of course, the people who can add some money into the tip jar to allow me to do the work that I do. I absolutely appreciate those people who can do that. We all need to appreciate those people. But for those of you who can't at this time, that's understood too. I love all of you. And thank you all so much for being here and being a part of this community. Okay. So, as we come to the end of our time together, we are still open for tarot conversation and questions. I would love to hear about tarot places. What is the weirdest place you've ever done a reading? I would have to say it was my father's funeral, where my mother asked me to do a reading for the pastor, which I did. And I didn't feel good about any of that. But I did it because I didn't know how to say no, and my mother was the queen of inappropriate. So there it was. What are you going to do? Okay, so from Christiana Cameron, I hope I'm pronouncing that correctly. Favorite place? On the floor. Son gave you a bamboo mat. That's fabulous. Karen, reading location. I would love to do readings on a desk, table, or in an office or outside. But for now, I'm comfortable on my bed or the guest bed or at Panera. Yes, indeed. Claire, where I like to do readings, I like to do them in the mornings while I sit in my barrel chair at my little round table. Oh, that sounds so nice with the sun streaming in. Clumsy Clairvoyance, weird reading location, the last bar I worked at. You know, when I was younger, I did a lot of work in bars. I have to say, as you become an older reader, people stop inviting you to do that. Um, the last bar I was paid to work at was actually an exotic dancing bar. For those in the area, it was Rachel's, and that was fun. It was a guy who paid for me to read for all his favorite girls. It was fun. Dave. Okay, so call for shameless self promotion. If you have a website, a blog site, a YouTube channel, an Insta account, a YouTube page, whatever it is, a Facebook page, whatever it is, go ahead and put it in here. Let's follow each other. And if you come back to see those things so we can connect, remember that it takes 24 hours for YouTube to get the real-time live chat back up. Okay. You totally see me as a bartender. So here's the truth about that. I've never been a bartender. I'm clumsy. You're clumsy. Haha. So we're clumsy together. No, seriously, I probably would not have been a good bartender because I don't move quickly and I am clumsy. I would be good at the chat people up part, but the actual getting people's drinks right part, no. Weird location, Duffy's. I love Duffy's. And someone's car, sure. Dave, I did readings at a tourist spot in Niagara Falls when I was young. I grew up about an hour north of Niagara Falls. That's cool. Sarah, places. Are there any places you should not do a reading? I find that friends often want me to do readings after a couple of drinks. Is reading okay under the influence? That is a personal choice. I'm a fan of libations and divinations. I love to hang out with my friends, have some drinks, and do some readings, and we'll see that at StarCon. Mm-hmm. Got to have your conference in a place with a bar for that reading. But for a paid reading, for me, that is absolutely not okay, because I am very clear that if I have a drink, my skills could be diminished. I don't know that they are or are not, but I just don't know. So if you're paying me to read for you, I am sort of honor bound to give you 100% of my attention, and so no alcohol. But if we're just having fun with the cards, oh yeah, hell yeah, girl, I'm on it for sure. But other people may feel differently. I feel like the spirits and the spirits go together. Okay, we're in our last few minutes. Remember your shameless self-promotion. I want to remind you, if you have not picked up my books, they are available for your Kindle. You can get them on Amazon, Fortune Stellar, and Tarot Tour Guide. Get my books. And I also want to remind you to visit my website, tarotbychristiana.com or christianagaudet.com. And you can sign up for my newsletter. You can make an appointment. You can do all that good stuff. Clumsy Clairvoyance is a fan of a drink while at home reading. Sure, absolutely. Lots of fun. Marion says alcohol can increase my intuition too, but I'd never drink during a professional reading. Yeah, I used to have this guy that I would do parties with. Like that was our agreement. For those of you who are from Connecticut, maybe you know Gary McKinstry. He's a very well-known reader up in Massachusetts. So if I got a big party and I needed another reader, I'd bring Gary. If he got one, he'd bring me. That was the thing we did. And if offered a glass of wine, he would take a glass of wine, only one. But he would do that. Never seemed to screw up his readings at all. But, there it is. Yeah, somewhere at the StarCon bar. Seriously, spirits and spirits. Okay, very good. We are in our last minute. Again, it is time for shameless self-promotion. And I will be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. I haven't put the link up yet, but I'll be back tomorrow, 9:30 a.m. for your 3-card weekly reading. And we've moved all of that over here to YouTube. I don't know if you know that, but most of the lives that I was doing on Facebook, they're now over here on YouTube. So we do that as well. So basically, I'm live here on this channel like 5 times a week. And so I really appreciate you folks hanging out with me. Thank you for being here for our meetup. Thank you for being a part of our tarot community. Be well. I will look forward to seeing you soon. Thank you all so very much. Have a great day. Be well. We'll see you soon.